Hello everyone, I'm Carla Qualtrough, Canada's Minister of Public Services and Procurement. Prior to this role, I was Canada's first ever Minister responsible for persons with disabilities. It was a sincere honour and privilege to serve in that role, and I know that my colleague, Minister Kent Hare, will move forward on the incredible work that has already begun to create a more accessible Canada. In my new role, I will continue to build on that work. As highlighted in my new mandate letter, we will work to modernize our procurement practices to allow for a more inclusive and accessible process that will create greater opportunity for all Canadian businesses. Our Prime Minister has often said that Canada is strong not in spite of our differences, but because of them. This includes persons with disabilities. I know from personal experience that we as persons with disabilities are innovative by nature. We've had to live in a world that was not built for us, and we've constantly needed to find ways in which we can succeed within it. This is why persons with disabilities, whether they are in the sciences, arts, or humanities, are innovative thinkers and are not afraid to push the boundaries on what is and what is not possible. This is also why, when I was Minister of Sport and Persons with Disabilities, I focused the conversation on accessibility rather than disability. The discussion focused on the barriers that persons with disabilities face and how to best remove them. Over the course of last year, we heard from nearly 6,000 Canadians from across the country through the most accessible and inclusive consultation ever undertaken by the Government of Canada in our history. The next step is to incorporate what we've heard into legislation that will increase the inclusion and participation of all Canadians in society, and that will promote equality of opportunity by removing barriers in areas of federal jurisdiction. A lot of work has already been done on the legislation and, as I said at the beginning, I trust that my successor, Minister Kent Hare, will carry the torch at the federal level and deliver on our government's promise of tabling federal accessibility legislation within the next year. Together, you have two of the strongest advocates for persons with disabilities at the Cabinet table, ensuring that an accessibility lens is applied to every policy discussion and decision at the federal level. I also have faith that Canada's leading post-secondary institutions, like the University of British Columbia, will continue to explore new areas of study, engage new communities of students, and contribute to Canada's leadership and accessibilities in its service, research, and cultural expression. It's through the interdisciplinary work that this project proposes that barriers, whether they are educational, employment, physical, medical, legal, or otherwise, can be brought down, and a new culture of inclusion can be born. I'm grateful for all the hard work that has been put into this initiative already. Your partnership and commitment to creating a more inclusive and accessible society is invaluable. Thank you and have a great symposium today.